it's Jessii Vee, and this is part 2 of the Mandela Effects video. So if you have not seen part 1 yet, please pause this video, open a new tab, go watch part 1. It's the one about the whole Mona Lisa thing. Watch that, then head back here and watch this one. But if you're already caught up, my goodness, you're a true V team member over here, okay? I'm just kidding. I know not everybody has time to watch all of my videos. Totally understandable. Anyways though, just to catch you up, if you do not know what a Mandela Effect is, it's basically when you remember something so clearly and then you find out what you remembered wasn't actually how it was. It's such a hard thing to explain, but it's pretty much saying that people are from different realities. But let me just get right into this because the more I talk about these things, the more you'll probably understand and catch on. So the first Mandela Effect we're gonna be talking about is the color of the sun, and this one really messed with my head. Now, many people around the world, thousands and thousands of people, remember all through their life growing up that the sun was a yellow color. I mean, think about it. Whenever we did like an art project, we draw the sun as being yellow. I remember all the storybooks I read growing up, the sun was always yellow. I feel like just in everything, the sun has always been described as yellow, and whenever you looked at the sun, you saw a yellow color. And I mean, it's not good to look at the sun, so don't just go out there and like stare at it for hours because you will go blind. But whenever you've like glanced at it, you've seen that it's a yellow color. But if you go outside and look at the sun now, it's like a white color. And people have noticed this, but scientists are saying that it's always been white. The sun has never been yellow, it's only ever been white, which is crazy to me because I remember it being yellow. Now, scientists are saying that our eyes do change with age, so maybe when you're younger, you perceive it as yellow, but as your eyes develop and you get older, you actually see the color that it is, and it's white. The sun is white, apparently. And like the sun is right out my window right now and I'm looking at it and I don't see any yellow. Why did I see yellow all of my life growing up and not anymore? I don't know, does that mess with your heads? Please comment down below if you remember the sun being yellow, or has it always just been this bright white color? And we're not talking about sunsets, because sunsets are a totally different thing where you see multiple warm colors like red, orange, yellow. I'm talking about when it's just up in the sky. What color do you see? And like I said before, don't go and like stare at it. Just like glance quickly. Anyway, so let's move on to the next Mandela Effect, which is about the Looney Tunes. Now, so many people remember growing up watching this show and they remember it being spelled like T-O-O-N-S, Looney Tunes. So both words have 2 O's in it. But if you look at the logo now, it's actually spelled like this with T-U-N-E-S. And this is blowing people's minds because they remember the 2 O's in both words, but that doesn't exist anymore. So let me know what you guys remember, and let's move on to Fruit Loops, which is kind of the same exact thing. People remember it being spelled like fruit as in the actual fruit spelling, but if you look at the package now, it's actually spelled F-R-O-O-T. So that's really messing with people's minds. I feel like a lot of Mandela Effects are about spellings of logos. Another example, the Febreze bottle. People remember it being spelled like this with 2 E's in it, but if you look at the bottle now, it's only E-Z-E. I say Z because I'm from Canada. I'm pretty sure other places say Z, but I say Z. Just in case you're wondering. And this is confusing people because Febreze is supposed to be something you spray in your house to make it smell nice. It's supposed to be like a breeze. And breeze is spelled B-R-E-E-Z-E. So you'd think the bottle would be spelled like that, but it's not. Another example with the spelling of words. People remember Skechers being spelled with a T. Even me, I had Skechers all the time growing up as a kid. And I remember there being a T in the name. I don't know why, but that's my memory. And if you look at the logo now, there's no T in Skechers, and it looks so wrong to me. The next thing is a Star Wars Mandela Effect, and those of you who have never watched it or are not fans, this probably won't shake you as much as it did for me because I love Star Wars. But basically the way people remember C-3PO is that he didn't have a silver leg. He was always completely gold, and that's how I remember him as a kid. But if you watch the movies now, he has always had 1 silver leg. What? And what's weird is that there's some merchandise out there that has him all gold, but in the movies he has a silver leg. There is one sort of logical explanation for this one though, and that's because his whole entire body is gold, so a silver leg might reflect the gold on his body and make it look gold, but it's not. So it's kind of like a trick of the eye, and especially because a lot of the movies he's walking around in a desert, and the desert is like a golden color that might reflect on the silver leg. So so it might just be like a reflection thing. This next one I know people have talked about a lot, and that's the one about Pikachu's tail. A lot of people remember Pikachu having this black line on the end of his tail, but if you look at the show now, he's just all yellow, and what's weird is that there are a lot of kids drawings out there where children have given him this black line on his tail, so that's really weird. Let me know which one you guys remember. I was never really a huge Pokemon fan, but I definitely watched it, and I can't remember which one I remember. I feel like the black stripe at the end is a very familiar image to me, but I'm just unsure. The next Mandela Effect is about Tinkerbell. I love Tinkerbell. Everything about her, she's just cute, stylish, she's a cute fairy. Do you guys remember the 90s Disney opening sequence? I feel like everyone does. It's like a classic. Well, many people around the world remember Tinkerbell going on the screen with her wand and drawing the Disney logo. That's how I remember it. But if you go and rewatch it, she's never there. She's never in the opening scene. And that's really messing with people. Do you guys remember Tinkerbell being there when the logo was being drawn? What the heck? The next Mandela Effect is about the Target symbol. A lot of people remember the Target symbol having 3 red rings, but if you look at it now, it's only 2 red rings. And me personally, I only remember 2. So if you guys remember 3, definitely comment it down below because maybe I'm from a different reality than you. The next one is about Mickey Mouse's tail. So many people remember him never having a tail. He just had his cute little red shorts, but he never had a tail poking through. Well, if you go through any of his merch, movies, TV shows, Mickey Mouse has this long tail coming out of his butt, and people don't remember that. So I would love to know if you guys remember Mickey Mouse having a tail or not. The next Mandela Effect really messed with me, and it's the song called Don't Worry, Be Happy. And like everybody knows that song.
Don't worry, be happy.
It's like such a uplifting, happy song. Well, a lot of people around the world thought that Bob Marley sang that song, but he did not, which blows my mind because I thought he did for some reason. The song was released in 1988 by Bobby McFerrin, and he had a very similar style to Bob Marley, which is why a lot of people might have gotten this mixed up. But yeah, Bob Marley didn't sing it. Bob Marley didn't even cover it, I don't think. So that's what's weird. The next song that is a Mandela Effect that we're gonna be talking about is from Snow White, and that is the song Hi Ho, Hi Ho. Now before I tell you what the Mandela Effect is, I want you to sing it in your head. So sing Hi Ho, Hi Ho. Did you sing that next part in your head? So we all probably remember it as hi ho, it's off to work we go. That's how I sang it as a kid, that's how I remember it. But if you rewatch the movie, it's actually hi ho, it's home from work we go. Home from work, not off to work. Doesn't that blow your mind? There is another song that has a Mandela Effect, and that is Barbie Girl. I know we all know that song.
I'm a Barbie girl.
So you think she's saying, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, okay? That's how we all remember it. But if you re-listen to it and look at the lyrics online, it's actually, I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world, not a Barbie world. And that's kind of like a small misheard lyric. It's not like the end of the world. But a lot of song Mandela Effects could just be because we've always misheard a word, which is a pretty logical explanation. This next one really bothers me. It's about the Pillsbury Doughboy. Do you guys remember his scarf being blue or white? Because thousands of people around the world remember his scarf being blue. It was like a classic blue scarf that matched the packaging, but if you look at him now, his scarf is white, which is weird because it just blends into his body. I always thought he had that classic blue scarf, but apparently not. Oh man, guys, this next one. I know I keep saying this, but they all blow my mind, okay? Humpty Dumpty. We all thought he was an egg. He's not. How could he not be an egg? We always thought he was an egg. I mean, he looks like one. Any drawing that you see of him, he looks like an egg. But apparently his origin story says he's a cannon. He's a cannonball. This just messes with me so much, guys. The next Mandela Effect is about the Easter Island statues. If you look at them nowadays, they all have hats. I do not remember them having hats. I remember them having just like little bald heads. Some hats appear to be red, and some of the Easter Island statues actually have their eyes painted blue, and I've never known about any of this. The next Mandela Effect is about bananas, which this totally goes with my shirt today, doesn't it? It's about the way that bananas grow. A lot of people remember throughout their childhood bananas growing downward, but if you look at at pictures of the way bananas grow, they grow upwards. They grow like this, which people are freaking out about because they don't remember it like that. And people are saying the logical explanation for this is because a lot of the times when you go to grocery stores, the way they're laid out on the shelves is pointing downwards. So your memory could just be from the way you see them at grocery stores and you think they grow that way. The next Mendel effect is about Snoopy's tail. Snoopy is so cute. But do you guys remember him having this little black straight line of a tail, or do you remember him having like a poofy white tail? I remember him having just this straight black white line. But if you look back at the show, he has a fluffy white tail. Since when? But those are all the Mendel effects we're going to be talking about today. Definitely comment down below on which ones bothered you the most and freaked you out the most. But if you like me doing stuff like this, I can make this into a whole series. So give this video a thumbs up and I can definitely make more. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!